There came a point in my life when I knew I had to change it. So I took a chance and sold and gave away everything that I owned to experience a new life living out on the canals and rivers of the UK. So I'd like you to come along and experience it with me every step of the way. Right, we're off on another trip. This Hungerfield has been beautiful. What a lovely place. I don't know how far we're going to go, but if I see a nice mooring a little way up, I'll take it. I fell in love with this mooring at Hungerfield. I didn't want to leave, but I had to in the end because my time was up. I don't know if you can see behind me, but what a beautiful little area. Lovely wooded area. Really impressed with this. All good things must come to an end though. And being ever the optimist, I'm hoping to find another beautiful mooring to stay for a few weeks. But we'll see. We're on the Oxford Canal, and it's in the county of Warwickshire. We're going to get spoilt with the weather today and all this lovely scenery. But I reckon you lot are worth it. I'm not one of these boaters that's out cruising every day. I like to take my time, live in places, have a look around and keep the stress levels down. And God willing, I'll stay healthy enough for the next few years to see all the places that I want to see in my own time and enjoy them. These hire boaters have really lucked out with the weather for their week's hire boating and their holiday. Hope they're enjoying it. Speaking of stress, I'm going to let this boat go by because he's flying along behind me and I'm not into all that. Perhaps he's trying to get to the pub before it closes. He could have just heard the bell for the last orders. What do you think? Just the other side of that bridge coming up is a place called Narrowboats, which is quite a big and busy boatyard, and it's also a hire boat company. But the thing I'm most worried about at the moment is it's got a swing bridge which is blocking the canal. And I've heard somewhere, I can't remember where, that you need a security key to operate it, and I haven't got one. But it looks like I've been a bit lucky. There's some people standing next to the bridge and they've just pushed it across and opened it for us. This looks like an industrious little place. If you look over to the right, you'll see like a veranda with poles going into the water, and that will become more relevant in a second. There's a boat coming towards me as we're going through this tight space. and I'm expecting the other boat to pull over to the towpath side and let me through, but he didn't. I don't want to play chicken with the other boat, so I'm going to try and reverse up out of the way. The problem is there's not a lot of space behind me where that veranda is, and the pole's coming down, and it's also very shallow there. I've managed to squeeze over the best I can, and hopefully they've got enough room to come through. I think the other bloke knows he's made a little bit of a ricket there, because he won't look at me. He keeps looking at the side of the boat and nodding about. Not that I'm going to have a go at him. And I've just noticed there's another boat coming through behind him. Oh dear, what a balls up. As I'm squeezing back as close to that veranda as I can get, I can feel that we're scraping on the mud. Which is making it all a bit more awkward. It looks like they've got enough space to just about squeeze through. As you can see, it's not all plain sailing out here. Excuse the pun. I think I'm stuck on the mud, sir. I'm stuck on the mud. I'm slowly getting off this mud, so I'm not stuck proper. Yep, we're moving now. Thank God. Right, let's hurry up and get through this tight bit before anyone else comes along. You can see here, there wasn't a lot of space for me to reverse in past that red boat. Over there on the left was where I was expecting that other boat to pull over and let me through. But hey ho, it all worked out fine in the end. I suppose it'd be a bit boring if you didn't have the odd little drama now and again to liven it up. That's something interesting over there on the right. It looks like somebody's made their own private dock on their land, and they got the best of both worlds. I'm thinking of mooring up now, and just past this bridge I've seen some boats moored, and hopefully there'll be a little gap for me. Yep, there looks like a little bit of space behind this blue boat, but not enough to go in there front ways. So I'm going to have to reverse it up and then pull it in by the centre line. Let's see how we get on. You've always got to remember to knock it out of gear before you jump off the boat. When I first started, the first time I ever done it, I left it in gear and I had to jump back on the boat quick. But it looks like we're doing okay this time. Bit more experienced. And it looks like we're going to get a bit of solar as well. So it can't be bad. I've got some people to thank for buying me a coffee. Andrew J. Cullen, Kevin Ambrose and Timothy. Thank you so much for your generosity. And I can't forget my lovely members on the Buy Me a Coffee app. David and Fran, Scrappy and Steve. Thanks for supporting me. The link for the Buy Me a Coffee app is in the video description. It's something that I noticed the other day. There's more people watch my videos that are not subscribed than are subscribed. So if you enjoy these videos, please consider subscribing. And it'll help me and the channel out a lot. And it doesn't cost a penny. So thanks for coming along on my little adventures. And I hope to see you next time.